now it's time for Theme with Gingerbread Boy. Gingerbread Boy loved If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, and he especially loves all the other books that go with it, like If You Give a Cat a Cupcake, If You Give a Moose a Muffin, If You Give a Dog a Donut. But we can't read all those in one day. So we are going to read another story, and for the last day, go over one more time all the parts of the front and the back of our book. Okay? So here is our book. Let's take a look and find the front cover. The front is what is first. This is the front cover. Now we need to find the back cover, which is the opposite, meaning it's the last part of the book. So we're going to turn it around, and this is the back cover. Now we need to find the spine. And if you remember, the spine is what helps hold the book up, okay, and hold the book together. Here is the spine. Spine of the book. Now, we need to look at the words on the front cover to figure out where the title, author, and illustrator are. So, let's look for the title, or the name of the book. It's big letters, The Napping House. That is our title. Now we need to figure out who wrote the book. Who is the author? The author is usually says written by or by. So look, there it is, by Audrey Wood. So Audrey Wood is our author. And last but not least, we need to find our illustrator. And the illustrator is the person who draws the pictures. And that person usually has his or her name, and it says pictures by or illustrated by Don Wood. So Don Wood is the person who drew the pictures, the illustrator. All right, so we are all done with theme. It's time to get into our story for today. So let's get started. The Napping House by Audrey Wood and illustrated by Don Wood. Friday is a good day for a nap. You've made it through the week. There is a house, a napping house, where everyone is sleeping. And in that house, there is a bed, a cozy bed, in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And on that bed, there is a granny, a snoring granny, in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And on that granny, there is a child, on a snoring or dreaming child on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And on that dog, there is a cat, a snoozing cat, on a dozing dog, on a dreaming child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed, in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And on that cat, there is a mouse, a slumbering mouse, on a snoozing cat, on a dozing dog, on a dreaming child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed, in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. Shh. And on that mouse, there is a flea. Can it be a wakeful flea? On a slumbering mouse, on a snoozing cat, on a dozing dog, on a dreaming child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed, in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. A wakeful flea who bites the mouse, who scares the cat, who claws the dog, who thumps the child, who bumps Granny, who breaks the bed, in the napping house where no one now is sleeping. The end. Okay, story is finished. Double bubbles for you guys. All right, and last but not least, it's time for Warm Up with Mr. Dragon. So, let's remember our letters. For F, we flexed our muscles. For G, we grabbed the stars out of the sky. For H, we hopped up and down. And for I, we moved like an inchworm. So move your shoulders up and down like an inchworm does to go across the ground. All right? You guys did a great job this week. I hope you all had a wonderful week and have a great weekend. I'll see you guys. Bye. Hi everyone. I'm here today with another sensory activity. As you know, I'm a big fan of using sensory materials that are safe for the kids, especially if they accidentally put it in their mouths. And this one I found uses ingredients that are all taste safe. So I think that's really important. And I know everyone loves to play with slime nowadays. And most of the slimes that are out there use items in it that aren't that safe if they got in a child's mouth. Even if they were on their hands and they accidentally put it in their mouth, it's not very safe. So this one is some pudding slime. So what you'll need is, I have about 2/3 of a cup of warmish water, some vanilla pudding mix, and just some regular cornstarch. So to make this, you will need 1/4 cup of the vanilla pudding, and this can also be a fun measuring activity to do with your child to help make it. I know I'm not always the biggest fan of getting my hands messy, and it will get messy, so you can always have your kiddos do it instead. Then we're going to mix in about 1 cup of cornstarch. Okay. I'm going to add in about 1/3 a cup of water. And then I'm going to use a spoon to start stirring it together. We'll see how that consistency looks. It'll start forming. At first it can be really hard to stir. If it gets too hard, you want to add some more water. I'll add the whole 2/3. And just give it a mix. You could even just use your hands to mix it together, but like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of getting my hands dirty, but I'm willing to try. So here's our pudding slime. And your child can pick it up and play with it and pull it. If you feel like it's too runny, you can add more cornstarch. If you feel like it's too dry, add a little bit of water. You can make it the consistency that your child likes to play with. But I hope you guys have some fun with this messy play activity. Have a good one.